Ardor Next family, we are back for a third day of blasting this blockchain and celebrating Ardor Days. Joining me, the crypto woman, otherwise known as Elizabeth, is Veronica Torras from Jelurida. Veronica, it's really nice to have you here with us today.
Hi, Elizabeth. Really nice to be here. Thank you very much for having me and also for doing this great job. I think it's amazing to have the opportunity to see all these people talking on the screens and meet them. I'm enjoying so much watching all the videos.
Thank you. I am actually having a wonderfully fun time doing it too. So let's continue the fun. Let's talk a little bit about you. You're a relatively newcomer to the scene. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, I'm very new to the scene. I just came here 2 months ago. And well, my name is Veronica. I'm 41 years old. I've been born in Barcelona, and I'm based in Barcelona. A wonderful city, very sunny and accessible and friendly city. Although I've been traveling a lot, I studied back 20 years ago science, specifically pharmacy, which has nothing to do with what I'm doing now, obviously. And what I liked it at that time, it was that I could work on many different things because pharmacy is like kind of general, right? So I have been in a very different professional places, experiences. And one of the longest was as a marketing manager in a healthcare company. So this is when I started to approach the business world. Then after 6 years, I decided to study an executive MBA because I really liked business strategy. I wanted to know more. And at that time, I decided to change completely my professional career because I was kind of bored in the pharmaceutical industry. And then I moved to technology. I started I started studying by myself methodologies at that time here in Barcelona. That was 2010. The startup community was very small, and I was learning from guys directly from the US, methodologies like the lean startup methodology, that consists in how to build a minimum viable product and validate your business assumptions. And then at that time, I also wanted I also learned about business models with Alex Osterwalder. He's a bestseller guy who wrote a book called Business Model Generation, and I became a trainer of that methodology and those methodologies for entrepreneurs. And after that, I also wanted to start my own company. So I also started my own company. I founded a tech startup in the healthcare sector. It's a mobile app. It's one of my greatest experiences. I founded this company in Barcelona, but then we opened a filial in New York. It's called BWOM, and it's about women's health. It's like a coach for women's health. And now it has more than 200,000 users. We fundraised $1 million on private investors from Europe and also Chicago and San Francisco. And it's been really a very nice experience for me, with a lot of learnings. Then after that, I left the company recently this year because my partner took over the direction and the whole company to drive the company towards a B2B business model in the healthcare sector. And I really wanted to find, I was looking for a new project this summer when I started putting my nose on the cryptocurrency sector, and this is how I started to get into blockchain. So very recently, is 6-7 months ago. I have studied a lot. I really like reading and getting a lot of sources and studying when something is new, and I feel very excited about learning new things. So that's kind of my path. So marketing, business, entrepreneurship, that's all my background.
And it sounds like you are well experienced in all three of those those areas. And we've worked together a lot. I think you and I talk a few times a week at least about things. And
yes.
I really enjoyed hearing your insight and your ideas and your energy. And you bring a lot to this project of the Ardor and NXT platforms. Could you tell us a little bit about why you entered this particular project and joined us?
Yeah, well, thanks for saying that. I do what I can, having into account that I'm very new and that I'm just learning. And when I see you guys that have been for so long here, I just admire you for all these years and all the work done. And I really, it's really impressing me. Well, the reason why I joined the project was, so first of all, I started talking with one of my good friends about this, and he's German. He's known by Van Broek.
Yes, we interviewed him a couple days ago, if anybody finished that
exactly.
one.
So we are good friends here in Barcelona. We have a lot of good friends in common. And this summer I said like, hey, Joan, can you tell me a little bit more about that? And since then we started meeting regularly, and I was every time I could see him, I was like reading a lot of things, and then with having a lot of questions, like, how can you explain me this and this? And I want to understand that and that. So it was really exciting. And then around September, October, I decided to start looking for a project. And then I started looking for several options. And I did all those reflections about what I want for me now and what's the ideal job, like kind of thinking on this moment in my life, what I wanted to join. And I came out with three main reasons. And one is I was looking for a small project, because I really like startups, and I really like building things from scratch and being part of building something. So I really like this environment. I feel very comfortable with high uncertainty and also with low structure and a lot of opportunities in the future, And then the second thing is that I was looking for was a good technology behind this small team. But because I think in order to sell a product and in order to sell, a value proposition out there in the market, you need something behind.
Right.
And I found that the NXT and Ardor technology, I'm not engineer myself, so I cannot really say anything about the technology, but I hear what people say. And I heard constantly this song of, this is a great technology and it has a lot of features, and it's very mature because it's been in the market from 2013. So that was the second reason, technology. And the third reason I was looking for was a very exciting market. And by exciting, I mean disruptive, new for me, like something challenging where I could challenge myself, because I don't know everything about that, So I feel I want to learn, and I enjoy learning and reading. So those three things were for me very important. And then in October, Traving and Christina and Tommy and Lior, they came to Barcelona for the Internet of Things conference, and there was a corner of blockchain. And I just wanted to go, and I had a friend in Internet of Things. He's the founder of a startup in Internet of Things. And I say like, hey, Mark, do you have a pass for me? I really would like to go. And then I went there and I met them in the conference, and we just like had lunch. I had lunch with Traving and Joan Manel. And then we had some drinks with other guys from the Barcelona NXT and Ardor community, with Christina and Tommy. So we just met there and we started the conversation, then we met several times through Skype. We met each other. They explained me the situation, their needs. I totally saw that I could add value on this team and project. So I joined it.
Wow, and welcome. When we have our requirements for what we can get passionate about, and then we find something that can fit that, it's a pretty exciting opportunity, isn't it? And apparently you found that here, it would seem. And your energy is, and your organizational skills and your vision and your outlook for the future are impressive, actually. And
thank you.
I'd like to see those applied. So what is your role right now in this project?
Well, until now, this 2 months since I started on November 1st, I've been learning a lot about how everything works, and about and I've been meeting so many people, and especially I have focus on marketing. Mm-hmm. Marketing, the part of the marketing that it's more related to advertisement and communication on our social networks. And I've been also trying to understand all the structure, because this comes from the community. This project is a community-driven project. So for me, it was a little bit impressive to see how many people actually is working, it's collaborating, and is helping out on so many channels like Twitter, Reddit, forums, the Slack. And I was learning how all this work. And for me, it's been very important to bring to find the right formula to bring all my knowledge to this new scenario, mm-hmm. which is I think it's very important. Like you cannot apply all the rules in every place. There is a culture, there's some values, there is a structure already working and functioning. So for me, it's been more like learning about how everything works and trying to get quick wins as well. Like okay, we need this and right now, and we need that right now. So I've been trying to do a little bit of both things, like medium long-term strategy thinking, and then quick wins on the quick fast execution day by day, because we need it, right? So yeah, it's been a little bit of a balance, and my role from now on is hopefully formalizing our relationship between Jelurida and myself, because now we are like meeting each other, knowing each other, and hopefully we can find out the final role and the final relationship, which is it's quite clear, but and this role will be marketing and business development as well. So a lot of people, it's been asking, oh, what's going to happen with Next, or what's going to happen with Ardor? What's the business strategy? What's next, right? And that's one of the very exciting things I'm going to be involved, hopefully, which is building the right business development processes to assist all the companies that want to use our technology. And this is a very exciting place for me, because it has to do a lot of business strategy, analyzing the business model of all those companies. And you know, the key thing here is knowing the company, knowing the problem that they want to solve, and then justifying the blockchain technology in that problem, and seeing that thanks to the properties of the blockchain technology, they can build a great product. They can solve something that it's not solved right now. So this is one of the most exciting parts I think I'm going to be doing, and assisting those companies, creating a network of commercial representatives across the countries, and especially creating all those processes so everything works fluent and everything fluent.
You know, it's exciting that you mentioned how different we work now, you know, the community driven part of it, because I want to go back and just say that, in my opinion, our community right now is one of our greatest strengths. And the initiatives that people do take to participate and to make this work, and bring their own skills and their own enthusiasm to the project. So welcome to being part of that community. I was impressed with how quickly you jumped in and engaged and let yourself be known. And I know that people enjoy having you around. And you know, you talk about the future role, the business development stuff. Would you care to elaborate a little bit more about having these representatives and increasing our presence in the world, in bringing this technology to businesses?
Well, yeah, this is something I've been evaluating in the last months and seeing in the last months. Companies are really lost when they when they hear something and they say like, oh, I think because of this and this problem, blockchain technology will help my company to build a competitive difference in the market. They are completely lost. They don't know how to start. They don't know what's the first step, the second step. They don't know how to design this roadmap. They don't know people, they don't know contacts, they don't have the network.
Right.
And this is a very underserved sector right now. It's a very specific sector that needs a very specific knowledge. And I can imagine how in the future we will have all kinds of professionals specialized on this technology. But right now, there are not. Right. So people is asking around, oh, where can I find lawyers? Where can I find designers? Where can I find community managers? Where can I find writers? And I think this is one of the problems we can solve, because we can help. Actually, we are already helping some companies to make the decision of if they really need blockchain, and then to make the decision what blockchain they really need. Because, for example, we have two products, and the use cases for Next and Ardor are very different. Next is good for a public or private blockchain. You can do a clone of the Next technology, and you can have your own network of nodes. But Ardor, it's for those companies that they don't really need to have their own network, because the network is on the parent chain, and then they can have a child chain. So there are really different cases. So we help companies to decide what is best for their products. And then the other thing is that when they come to us and they are going to use our technology, we can connect all these companies with all our networks, with all our members of the community working on this and that. So this is a very strong ecosystem for a company that is lost. I think we are going to add all this value to them.
And one of the ways that we're going to add that value is because on the NXT blockchain, we've already developed these features. They are ready to go. They're tried, they're tested. This proof of stake technology is working for 4 years for us. And now we are porting those best features over to the child chains that will be available under the Ardor platform. So it is going to be easy.
Exactly. Well, I think we have the challenge to, so this is one thing happening all the time in marketing. Everybody says what they want to say. Everybody, if I want to say like, hey, I have this product, is amazing, blah, 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 with all these features, then they can say it. And then when you go and analyze this inside, then you see that, maybe that feature is going to be ready in the future, or next year, or it's a promise. So what I find really good on our technology is that it's ready for today. It's not even for tomorrow. It's ready for today.
Yes, it's deliverable.
Yeah. So, and I think the challenge also is
the messaging right now. The messaging right now is one of our bigger challenges, is getting that message out.
Exactly.
And we'll continue to work on that.
Exactly.
Right? What is your vision for the future?
My vision is I envision a future where it's very easy to access to this technology, and it's very easy to, and it's very understandable. I think I don't have any doubt that this blockchain technology is going to be part of our lives and part of a lot of business, even if we will not be aware of that. There will be, the solutions will contain this technology. I mean, it's so powerful for all kind of sectors like supply chain, healthcare, marketplaces of content, not even products, but content, or transactions of content, or legal or banking. And we are going to see all these in few years. I think the internet took a long while to be adopted by a lot, the majority of population. But I think that maybe now the adoption of all these technologies and the adoption of the blockchain technology is going to be faster. I think it's kind of my ideas. And yeah, I think in this path, the most important thing is education. I think we all have to learn some very important things like responsibility about our accounts, responsibility about our information, responsibility about what we decide to do or what we risk, right? And I think it's very challenging, but it's a very nice future, what I see.
I like what you said about responsibility and learning, because it seems like in the last decades, the people of the world have gotten pretty casual and pretty used to sharing their information, their personal information with people whom they think they trust. You know, we have to give it to our banks, we have to give it for our applications for almost everything. And we don't realize that this information is being stored often in very centralized places that are very open and susceptible to hacking, like was just an example in the Equifax problem recently. And that education to let the people of the world even know that we need to secure and take responsibility for things, and that blockchain is even going to help people on a personal level operate in a place that is safer for them. I don't believe that people realize how risky this big general ledger solution that the world is using right now behind the internet is. And but coming with that is the idea that we are personally responsible then for our information, because as we've become more casual with giving it away, we are also casually accepting that other people are going to protect it and take care of it for us. And then we appeal to them when a problem happens and expect them to fix it. That can't happen in a blockchain solution. So it'll be a new way of doing things for everybody. And it's exciting to have you on board. Wow.
Thank you so much. I'm really enjoying meeting you, all of you. I haven't had time to meet all the people I want to meet, but I'm scheduling still some Skype calls with a lot of members. And I just want to say that I'm here to hear what everybody thinks or feels, and yeah, and learn about ways on how to improve our communication, our channels. I have also to say that we are on the middle of working on some medium term improvements on our websites and on our communication. And things will come step by step. It's not easy. It's not, it's not going to happen tomorrow. But yeah,
let me plug you just a little bit there, because let me give you just a little plug here, because I know that, marketing has been a challenge for us, primarily because of budget. And we've been 4 years with a lot of organization there. So jumping in to this and trying to analyze it and give some structure to it is really the most important thing. And I personally know, because I've had many conversations with Veronica, that she has established a strong organizational structure for this, with a project manager and with very detailed planning. So she has been spending a lot of time on this. If our community and the public aren't seeing that just yet, be patient, because once we get that strong organizational foundation in place, and it will happen very quickly when we can start building on that. And Veronica really has been diligent and spent a lot of hours building this organizational structure. So I think it'll be very quickly that we'll start seeing some things built on top of that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can imagine in 1 year from now, things will look very, very different.
I am absolutely positive of that, and look forward to working with you on it, Veronica.
Yeah.
I'm going to wish you a happy new year, and I'm also going to, after that, talk a little bit about an idea that was sort of seeded in an interview yesterday. So I think I'm going to open up a big Zoom room that can hold about 100 participants, and we're going to watch this blockchain, or this new Genesis block of Ardor come into existence. And I want to invite as many people to participate as possible. Look for the links. I'll start tweeting them. I'll post them in Slack. I'll post them here on this page, everywhere. And I'll just open it and we'll see who comes. You're invited.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. So happy New Year, and we will be in touch.
Happy New Year and happy Ardor Days.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.